Do you guys recently feel like we're in this episode of the Twilight Zone where the internet just continues to be crazier every day? I don't know if it's just because I'm covering news on the internet, but it seems like this year has been filled with too much. There's too much going on. Too many people are turning out to be weirdos. I wish we could talk about the useless drama going on, but instead, everyone you know on the internet has to be a freak. I'm starting to ask myself that question. Am I the freak? No. But you know who is going to be a freak today? A classic in the Nick is Not Green YouTube history books. One of my arch nemesis from the first few months that I was doing YouTube. It's someone that you guys know and love. His name is Bentellect. Now, it has been over 2 years. It's been like 2.5 years since I made my first video on Bentellect. It was one of the first videos I made when I got into commentary and I started doing YouTube full time. And boy, I have to talk about him today because of course, some crazy stuff came out about him. Maybe 2 years too late, but I'm excited that we get to talk about it because it seems like it's been a long time coming. I know there are so many other dramas going on online, Linus Tech Tips being the big one, but I know my audience isn't interested in tech tips. You guys just want drama. You don't want tips. You want stories. And boy, do I have a story for you today. So I made my first video about Bentellect, like I said, 2.5 years ago. And if you don't know who he is, you might know once you watch TikTok of his.
Therapist, you're overthinking. What if don't? What if don't? What if everyone else is underthinking? You think he's cute until it's time to send a picture of him to the girls' group chat. Get wrecked. The last 3 years explained. 2019, big gap. 2023. That's just the truth. The good old days. Okay, thank God that's over. What many people don't understand is trying to have a nice day costs like $120. Facts. And
no, that's where I end it. That's where it's too much. Oh, I cannot believe he's still doing this. Like 3 years. He's been doing this for 3 years and he does the same exact bit where he takes other people's content, he puts them up on the screen, he reads them, and he laughs in his classic Bentellect laugh. And of course, my first video was about not only how annoying Bentellect is, but also the fact that he profits off of popular tweets that he finds online that people send to him because he's a creator that reads tweets. That's his thing. But of course, it kept unraveling because after my video that I made about Bentellect taking content and just throwing it on the screen and getting millions of views for stuff that other people write, he actually copyright claimed my video and claimed that he should be getting paid for me showing his videos on screen because I was taking his content and re-uploading it. Apparently it wasn't transformative enough, even though my video was specifically made to show that that content sucks. And his content is framing what he does in a lot more positive light. And let's go back a couple years and see what my follow-up video to the Bentellect video was, because I want to show you what message he sent to me. He tried to copyright claim, not just copyright claim, but copyright strike. So weird looking at myself from the past. I've never really reacted to one of my videos live on one of my videos. Not just copyright claim, but copyright strike my video and get it taken down because I was making fun of him. He even wrote the whole entire email out and I was sent exactly what he told YouTube, which I'll put up on the screen. But yeah, he basically complained that I was stealing his content and would link videos of him just stealing other people's content and then wanted not only my money, but my whole entire video taken down for it. And this video was August 18th, 2021. In 2 days, it'll be the 2-year anniversary. And so yeah, you can see right here, copyright infringement notification, Bentellect LLC, Benjamin Taroli, and his whole little write-up here saying that the user is not only using my work from YouTube, but also from TikTok. A large part of the video is content that I created, including videos from the video sharing app Cameo and screen recordings of my social media accounts. Of course, which all include him talking about other people's content. So Ben should know more than anyone else that fair use is a law that applies right here on YouTube. And YouTube, for once, understood that and didn't take down my video or allow it to be copyright claimed, very surprisingly. And so that was my start with my arch nemesis, right? And he went on to become this meme across social media where people would start posting about how they're in his walls, and they would start posting these memes of like scary little creatures that were after Bentellect. And everyone was kind of in on the joke that Ben was kind of the dork of TikTok. But there was never that thing that finally gave us a reason to know that Bentellect is a freak weirdo.
And Bentellect.
Enter Bentellect.
Called Bentellect.
Probably familiar with Bentellect.
Guy named Bentellect is Bentellect.
You know me, I just can't help but flip it. For what? I'm on top of you, can't get my business. You can. We go out, get like 4 or 5 dishes. Bro. Then go home with like 4 or 5.
No, we did have proof. We had proof the whole time he was a freak weirdo. Did you just see that? We had proof the whole time. But the thing with Ben is that he never gives up. The guy's got 11.3 million followers on TikTok. Every TikTok is the same garbage that it has been for almost 3 years now.
School counselors be like, this stays between us, then call the cops. I'm seeing someone, not dating, just hallucinations. Everything is dishwasher safe if you don't care enough about it. Okay, that's good.
I cannot tell you guys how validating it is that we know now that Bentellect isn't just a freak in his videos, but he is a freak in real life. And I'm excited to show you why. A tweet came out from a influencer on OnlyFans by the name of Jordan Max. And she says, I was invited to be on a podcast by a pretty popular TikTok creator, and 3 hours before we were supposed to record, he asked me if I wanted to make an OnlyFans video with him, which I declined, and 1 hour before we were supposed to meet up, he canceled, and this is why. So Jordan was going to do this podcast episode with Bentellect, which is, who she's talking about in this story, and he texts her 3 hours before she shows up and says, do you want to make a video for OnlyFans? Now, please understand, even though Bentellect has posted thirst traps in the past, I'm not going to show them because I don't want to ruin my audience's day. Even though he's made those cringe videos, he is not a sex worker. He does not make content for any sort of adult content website. But he does invite someone who does onto a podcast to do a pickle taste testing video. Something that is not very sexual at all. Just eating pickles. And I'm pretty sure by deciding to do a pickle taste test podcast with Bentellect, you're not agreeing to make adult content with that person. I'm pretty sure there's a big difference between doing a pickle taste test video on a podcast and having full-on sexual intercourse with that person on video. But 3 hours before the podcast, Bentellect shows up and he says, do you want to make a video for OnlyFans? She replies and says, when? And he says today, as in, 3 hours when he's going to see her. She replies and she says, no, you need a TTS test within the last 14 days. I feel like she meant to say STD test. Unless I'm not aware of another test, then please let me know. And an OnlyFans creator account. Bentellect specifies that he means a video for her page. She says, doing what? And Bentellect responds, I don't know what performs the best on your page. If you want to make a video for OnlyFans, I think he knows what he's asking. He says, I was just thinking, you're helping me with doing a video for my YouTube, so maybe I could help your OnlyFans. She says, I'm good, thanks. Thanks, though. He says, no worries. But then 1 hour before they were supposed to meet up, he says, hey, gonna do the pickle video with someone else. Thanks, though. Pray hands emoji. Or maybe high five emoji. Maybe he's doing a high five. She responds with, okay. Any particular reason why? Ben says, to be honest, I thought it would just be fun to film and see where things go, but I got it. She responds and says, okay, best of luck. And then he posts on his Instagram, pickle tasting video coming soon, which Jordan says, we were going to do a pickle taste testing mukbang video podcast. Am I saying the word right? I'm sorry. Which was my idea in the first place, but now he's just gonna take my idea and do it with someone else. So not only did Ben agree to do the pickle taste testing video, but again, the content he was gonna make was not even his idea. He cannot come up with a single shred of content that is original at all. It has to be someone else every time. Even when he asks about the OnlyFans video, he goes, I don't know what performs best on your page. I don't know what we should do. Maybe we do an OnlyFans video, but I don't know what we could do. You'd think for once, Ben would decide to come up with a single idea that is his, but yet again, he feels like he needs to profit off of someone else so he can continue to make money off of this content while basically siphoning everything he does off of other people who have original ideas. It is a react video in the worst way. If you think XQC was bad, I think this guy is going to take it to the next level. And even though Bentellect has 11 million followers and this controversy should be a lot bigger than it is, when you invite creators who are so much smaller than you to do these things and try to take advantage of them, when they do come out to talk about it, as famous as Bentellect may be and as many people as he might reach, these kind of tweets only get a few hundred likes. And so following this tweet, you might wonder, hey, what did Ben do to respond to all of this? And his initial reaction to this post, which goes to show how dumb this man really is he DMs Jordan Max saying, "You need to take this tweet down or I will sue you." We are talking about a 34-year-old man who has a full-time job on the internet, and that was what he decided to say. I don't know if he really expected that to make him look good, but here we are. And if you think it couldn't get crazier, Jordan says, so it turns out that I'm not the only one Bentellect has tried this with. Another woman who wishes to stay anonymous DM'd me with screenshots from conversations that she had with him as well. Jordan goes on to show proof of her own conversations with Ben later in this story, so I do have reason to trust that the people that are DMing her and giving her this evidence are showing the proper proof for it, and she is allowing them to stay anonymous. Unfortunately, you have to state that when anyone comes out and doesn't want their name to be slandered by a guy with 11 million views, and then you just get a bunch of people who are like, well, if it's anonymous, that means it's a lie. Anyways, I hope I make that point clear. Now, this is a different OnlyFans creator who sent this to Jordan. Ben texts her and says, do you work tomorrow? She says on Sunday, sorry, crazy busy day. I don't work tomorrow. No. Ben says, no worries. He says, let's make some content tomorrow. Not like that, but let's just film a podcast. 7 hours later, Ben texts her and says, what do you think? Less than 2 hours later, he texts her again and says, you're killing me, gorgeous. I hate millennials who decide to be influencers online and have no idea how to interact with real people. Please stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Ben texts her 3 hours later and says, I've also been thinking about this OnlyFans thing, and I think I could make us a lot of money straight up. Which is not only weirdly intrusive, and it seems like it's the first time he brought it up. Obviously, this podcast thing is his way into asking these girls if he can get in their pants. But he's also putting himself up on this pedestal of oh, I have a really big fan base. I think we could make a lot of money on this, as if his audience isn't children who like watching him laugh at tweets all day. That's the only thing he does, is he takes other people's ideas and then tries to use his power to get inside of people's pants. She responds 5 hours later and says, hey, sorry, I've been MIA today. Today's been like a mental health day. Seems very understandable. It's a Sunday. I hope she enjoyed it. But Ben responds and says, hey, praying hands emoji / high five. Thank you, smiley face. Text the next morning. It's not even 7 a.m. yet. The alarm clock hasn't even rung yet, and Ben's saying, do you want to come over tomorrow night? Ben responds 8 hours later and is like, actually, are you down to come over tonight, or are you just a flake? Doesn't even give her 2 hours to respond before Ben has to say, yeah, sorry, babe, but you're just too much of a flake. Bye. She responds to him and says, if you wouldn't have texted me so rudely calling me a flake after 1 day of not texting you, you might have stood a chance. I can see why you're single now. Goodbye. He responds and says, yeah, whatever. Go F yourself. Says the girl who's trying to make an OnlyFans. Good luck. So if she does want Ben to have sex with her on camera for people to watch, then that's okay. But if she's trying to make OnlyFans content on her own, then she's just a girl who's trying to make an OnlyFans, and how can she even say that if she's the one trying to sell her body online? Truly incel behavior from a 34-year-old man who has a massive following and probably has enough money to do whatever he wants. Please, dude, just go jerk off in the bathroom and leave people alone. Okay? She rightfully responds, first, do you want to make content with me and now you're throwing it in my face? LMAO. Ben responds, Save your words. You're just a flake. If you were actually upfront, I'd be down. But you probably have a lot going on, which is understandable. But either way, I honestly don't care. Totally seems like he doesn't. Oh my gosh, it's raining in the desert right now. Check it out. Can you see it? Can you see the rain? Oh, that's a salt shaker. Can you see the rain? She responds and says, cool. Stop texting me then. And I'm not sure if this one is before or after these first screenshots took place, but it's Bentellect messaging her on Snapchat saying, do you want to come over here and spend some time with me? Because on a side note, I do think I could probably make us some money on OnlyFans. Bentellect fucked crazy something into oblivion. Can someone tell me what that word is? I'm trying to figure out what it is. He literally straight up says, if you come over, I'll give you $1,000. I just really want you. She responds and says, I'm good right now. Don't try to bribe me with money. That's weird. And he said, no, that is weird. But I would like to see you. 34 years old, ladies and germs. We got another DM from another anonymous woman who says, OMG, I've dealt with Bentellect too. Actually, he's bothered a lot of women. I don't have any screenshots from our 3-day hangout, but he told me he loved me and asked me to move in right away. I started pushing back that it was too much and he flipped out on me. It was days after I was cheated on and he was like, I don't want to talk about your feelings. I want to talk about us. He also drank 2 1.75 liquor bottles of mine in a day. He's an alcoholic and needs to seek help immediately. I'd also have a lawyer if I were you, because he's the type to sue even if he doesn't have the grounds to. Very surprising because he kind of tried taking the same route with me 2 years ago and he's still trying to intimidate people with lawyers because they are talking about things that he is factually doing online.
Facts.
Oh, it's a little bird. He's trying to hide from the rain. Hi, bird. Hi. Jordan even shows right here, as I said before, the proof that Bentellect DM'd her saying that he was going to sue her. Here's the screenshot. You will need to take this tweet down or I will sue you. Oh, and here is his response to the whole thing, which we are going to get to right now. So let's get to the apology. Apparently, Bentellect posted his original apology on TikTok stories. So after a day, it goes away. No one's gonna see it anymore. On his 11 million follower account, that's where he puts his apology. But luckily on his Twitter, that has, 25,000 followers or whatever, I did the math and Bentellect's audience on Twitter is 0.22% of the size that it is on TikTok. 24.5 thousand followers. He posted this apology 3 days ago. He deleted the apology tweet. He already deleted it. And I don't have the screen recorded. So since when I recorded up until now, I'm editing it like an hour later. And he's already taken the tweet down with like the hidden replies and everything. Insane. What a piece of shit. And it has 110 likes and 127 responses. Seems pretty small for someone who has such a massive audience online. But let's read the GOAT of apologies right here, Bentellect. I've recently been accused of some heinous actions and would like the opportunity to share my disgust at these accusations. I'm a firm believer in the rights and equality of all humans, including women. Dude, this isn't an equal rights thing, man. This has nothing to do with whether or not you're a feminist or whether or not you believe that women should have equal rights as men. I'm pretty sure we hopefully can assume that that's what you believe. Oh, but man, it just gets better. I love this kind of apology. He is so 34 years old. He says, I grew up in a home with 3 sisters and no brothers. I grew up in a small town. We had to make jokes to get by the day. Sorry, my brother made that joke the other day. I stole the joke. I grew up in a home with 3 sisters and no brothers. Apparently the no brothers thing is important. There's not a single brother in my family, which means that there's no way that I'm being a creep towards these women. I keep wanting to read it over and over again. I grew up in a home with 3 sisters and no brothers. So I learned very early on the importance, power, love, and abilities women have. They deserve to be cherished and uplifted and treated with respect, and that's how I live my life. Dude, I grew up with 0 sisters, and I don't do this. I don't know why you think that you get the card to harass women when you have 3 sisters. Ben says, I do not condone the statements or accusations that have suddenly been hoisted upon me, and I hope to speak to anyone who feels they have been wronged. Dude, that's not checking out. Hoisting is not, no, it's not working. You're not getting past this one. Oh, there's the hidden replies right here. Jordan herself posting the thread. He has it hidden in his replies. He has it hidden. Literally actively suppressing what these people are trying to say about him. It is crazy how dumb this man really is. We go from XQC to Roger Clay to Bentellect all within like a week. I can't handle it all. Not only that, but we've got another woman who came forward with insane text messages from him. Benjamin Ayo. She says, after what I'm assuming to be a similar conversation to those we've seen in the past, well, I guess that it's just not meant to be then. Bentellect says, facts. No hard feelings, but yeah, it ain't working. She replies with a peace sign. He replies and says, peace. Peace emoji. And for your future self, if you're going to turn around on a guy and say, hey, I'm not down for the friends with benefits shit, just say that before you go through all the bullshit. Boring as facts. Not my problem that you turned around and quit drinking because you're an alcoholic and now pass out at 8 p.m. Facts. Being peace out, bitch. Facts. Who? Oh, he's such an incel. He's such an incel. She says, clearly there are some hard feelings on your part. He says, LOL, it's whatever. And she said, and I'm far from an alcoholic. He responds and says, I don't like giving time and attention to someone who is full of shit. I've been trying to hang out and it's been blah, blah, blah excuses every single time. So just don't waste people's time in the future and you won't get hard feelings. Far from an alcoholic, but you fucking pass out at 4 in the morning, sleep for 3 hours, and then pass out at 10 o'clock and sleep till 3 in the morning and then continue to sleep till noon. Okay, laughing emojis. Anyways, I'm done. I just had to say that because you're full of shit. And saying this after he's been accused by a different woman of drinking all of her liquor. She says, clearly I wasn't that interested to begin with and you weren't able to take the hint a month ago. If I actually wanted to hang out with you, I would have made an effort. He said, then shut the f up and quit wasting people's time, you stupid. Facts. This shit is so crazy that I don't want to believe it's true because I don't want to believe that there is someone as stupid as Ben out there. Oh, and my camera's dead. It's true, guys. All your favorite YouTubers use their iPhones to shoot. You know, do it yourself. Ben says, if I recall, I told you I didn't want shit to do with you when you were like, oh, well, I would actually date you, but you're boring as F. Just shut the F up and go to bed. I don't like saying these words, okay? It hurts me to even put myself in his shoes. She says, sounds like you need some anger management help. He says, be careful who you say that to, Maria, because there are people who really need help with that. Super fucking disrespectful to say that to somebody. What, huh? It's always people turning around the card and being like, actually, you're being disrespectful to people with anger management issues. Super disrespectful to say that to someone. Also a very basic ass thing to say. There's a reason that you've been single for this many years, and it's because no one wants you and no one gives a fuck about you because you aren't shit, you're not fun, you're boring as fuck. You shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of your basic ass boring loser. I'm gonna have to bleep that whole statement, but wow, that's... What? According to this woman who wishes to remain anonymous because clearly this dude is unhinged, they dated on and off a few years ago, but people really don't change, do they? These are really disgusting, so I'm not gonna like read every single one. I think we get the point now. There's even more, and here's an actual screenshot with his whole name in it. He says, I don't care if you was out. You at home now, you ain't a down B. So, no, shit. You at your parents right now. I don't live that life, sorry, but you not in my league. And man, I think I've had enough at this point. I think I'm good. Anyways, I wish this wasn't true. I wish that people weren't like this, but yet again, we have another millennial with a power trip, feeling like he is entitled to any woman that he wants because he has a TikTok account for middle schoolers. Reading other people's jokes. What was the thing Bentellect used to say? He would say like double facts or something.
Life hacks you didn't know. Hold a pencil between your teeth if you're in a bad mood. I've tried it. Chew gum when you're stuck in traffic to reduce frustration. That's a must. Eat marshmallow to soothe a sore throat. That's pretty cool. Turn the water to cold at the end of your shower to prevent acne. That's not cap. Put deodorant on a mosquito bite to...
That's really cool, man. That's cool. That's really cool. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch some other drama videos, I'll put my playlists up on the screen. I have a channel called He Said Us where I cover some smaller things. I'm hoping to start posting there even more soon. My band is called Queef Jerky. I'll put everything up on the screen. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what other stories you want me to talk about on my Instagram. And I think that may be it. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Stay safe. Treat yourself with respect and treat others with respect unless it's this guy. Bye.